Welcome back to my channel Knowledge Chronicle.
Today, we are going to talk about a topic that is surrounded by curiosity, myths, and sometimes even shame. But it is one of the most natural and important aspects of human biology. Semen. We'll explore how semen is formed, what happens if it is not released, the role of nightfall, masturbation, its benefits and risks, its role in making a baby, and whether watching porn is healthy or harmful. So, sit back, because by the end of this video, you will have a complete science-based understanding of semen and male reproductive health. Semen, also called virya in Hindi, is the thick whitish fluid that comes out of the male reproductive system during ejaculation. It is not just sperm. In fact, sperm makes up only about 2 to 5% of semen. The rest is a mixture of fluids from the seminal vesicles, prostate gland, and bulbourethral glands. Seminal vesicles add sugar-rich fluid, called fructose, that gives energy to sperm. Prostate gland adds fluid that protects sperm and helps them swim. Bulbourethral glands add lubrication. Together, this mixture ensures sperm survive, move, and are capable of fertilizing an egg. The production starts in the testes, where tiny cells called spermatogonia undergo a process called spermatogenesis. This process takes around 64 to 72 days for sperm to fully mature. After being produced, sperm are stored in the epididymis, where they learn to swim. During ejaculation, these sperm mix with fluids from the accessory glands to form semen. On average, one ejaculation releases 2 to 6 milliliters of semen, which may contain 40 to 300 million sperm. This is a common question among young men. Let's clear the doubt scientifically: storage limit. The body cannot store sperm forever. Old sperm get broken down and reabsorbed naturally. Recycling: the body recycles sperm into proteins and other useful materials, so nothing goes to waste. If semen builds up, it may be released involuntarily during sleep. This is called nocturnal emission or nightfall. Usually, it happens during dreams when the body is sexually aroused. It is completely normal and, honestly, a sign that your reproductive system is healthy. So, if semen is not released, your body either reabsorbs it or releases it naturally through nightfall. Nightfall happens due to 3 main reasons. First, excess semen buildup in the body. Second, hormonal activity, especially high testosterone levels in teenagers and young adults. And third, sexual dreams or stimulation during sleep. It is not harmful. In fact, doctors say that occasional nightfall is the body's natural way of balancing semen levels. Another major question that comes up is about masturbation. So let's look at both sides. First, the benefits of masturbation. It relieves sexual tension and reduces stress. It helps in better sleep by releasing endorphins. Also, it improves mood and boosts focus. Masturbation is a safe way to explore your body. No risk of pregnancy or sexually transmitted diseases. And interestingly, it may reduce the risk of prostate cancer by clearing old fluids. Alright, let's talk about the risks of excessive masturbation. So, addiction can actually interfere with your studies, work, or even your relationships. And you know, watching too much porn along with masturbation can create these unrealistic expectations from sex. If you do it excessively, you might experience fatigue, irritation, or sometimes even guilt. But here's the thing: masturbation in moderation is not harmful. Like with anything else in life, balance is the key. So, semen's main biological purpose is, well, reproduction. During sexual intercourse, semen is ejaculated into the female reproductive tract. Out of millions of sperm, only one sperm actually fertilizes the female egg. The DNA from the sperm then combines with the DNA from the egg to form a zygote, which over time develops into a baby. Without semen, natural conception is simply not possible. Now, apart from natural ejaculation, masturbation, or nightfall, there really isn't any other special method needed to release semen. The body has its own balance system, honestly. If semen is not ejaculated, it'll just be reabsorbed safely by the body. So, there's no scientific need to forcefully release semen through any other methods. This is a controversial part, but let's look at it factually. There are actually some possible benefits. It may help in learning about sex initially. And you know, it can stimulate arousal and release stress. Alright, let's talk about the risks. Watching porn can create some pretty unrealistic expectations about sex and body image. It may actually reduce your real-life satisfaction with your partner. Addiction to porn, can damage relationships and even affect your mental health. Studies have shown that excessive porn use can desensitize the brain, making normal intimacy less pleasurable. So, in conclusion, watching occasionally may not be harmful, but regular or addictive use is definitely unhealthy for both your mind and your relationships. There are quite a few myths floating around about semen, so let's clear them up. Some people think losing semen makes you weak, but the reality is, semen is continuously produced, and losing it does not cause any permanent weakness. Another myth is that Nightfall is a disease, but actually, it is completely natural. And then there's the idea that masturbation causes infertility. The truth is, masturbation does not affect fertility unless it becomes extreme and leads to psychological issues. So here's what we learned today. Semen is not just sperm, but a mix of fluids that help in reproduction. If it's not released, semen is naturally reabsorbed or released through nightfall. Masturbation is safe in moderation, with both benefits and risks. Semen's main role is to fertilize the egg and create new life. Porn may seem harmless, but addiction can be damaging. And yeah, most myths about semen are false, so don't fall for them. The human reproductive system is an incredible design of nature, one that ensures life continues. Understanding it with science instead of fear or shame helps us stay healthy, confident, and informed. That's all for today's episode of Knowledge Chronicle. Your one like, share, and subscribe will help us create more valuable content. See you in the next video.